You can listen to this practice wherever it is that you find yourself today. You can be sitting down, you can be laying down, you can even be stretching and doing things if that's what you got to do. And hopefully, wherever you're at when you listen to this, it will still be helpful to you in some way. So if you would prefer to listen to this practice while being in a still position, you can take all the time that you need to arrive there and allow yourself to fidget, adjust, stretch, or move your body in whatever ways your body wants to move. As you really do your best to not think about these movements at all or worry about what anything looks like, but stepping fully into your sense of feeling and becoming curious about how the body is physically feeling right now and how certain movements feel in your bones, muscles, and joints. And trusting your own instincts when it comes to movement, as you almost let your body move you in the ways that intuitively feel good. And if at any time what your body is calling for is stillness, then honoring that need for stillness whenever that feels like what you need, while also knowing that there is no rush whatsoever, and you may continue to move and adjust yourself throughout this practice whenever you have the need to. But if you would prefer to listen to this while being in a dedicated, still position, then you may make your way there if you haven't already. Just checking in that your spine is nice and straight in whatever position you've chosen. And if you're in a space where you feel safe and would like to, you can allow your eyes to gently close at any time if they aren't already. As you take this moment now to simply make note of what your starting point is, of where you are starting this practice today, right now. Making note of any resting expression that might be on the face, any areas where there might be tension gathering in the body, making note of any emotions your expression might communicate, or any emotions you are feeling. And on your next inhale, consciously call in new air into your body. Maybe even imagining or seeing new, fresh, almost sparkly air entering in through your nose, slowly filling up your body to every corner and edge of you. As you hold that for just a moment to really soak in that fullness of this new, fresh air. And as you need to, slowly exhale all of that out of you. Bit by bit, as you gently pull the navel in toward the spine at the bottom of your exhale, to just get any last bit of stagnant air out of you. As you again pause for a moment here, to just stay and experience what it feels like to be empty of air right now. And allow your next breath to come in as it's needed. And you may continue to breathe in this intentionally slow and exaggerated way for as many rounds as feels good and helpful to you, and feeling free to release this guidance over the breath whenever you feel the need to. But just reminding yourself that there is no actual length that your inhales and exhales and the pauses on either side should be. But we are simply allowing each of the 4 parts of your breath to be exaggerated, whatever that means for you right now. Not what it meant for you the last time you practiced this, or how much you think you should be breathing in. But just when you would naturally stop inhaling, becoming curious if you can expand maybe your lower belly or expand the back of your ribs a little bit more to just take in one more sip of air. And when you would naturally roll over to your exhale, just seeing if you can hold off on that for one extra moment as you stay in that fullness for a moment longer than you would normally. And the same thing as you exhale. Even once you think you're empty, just seeing if there's one last bit that you can push out and stay in that empty space, allowing your next breath to come in as it's needed. So that we are consciously, intentionally slowing down the process of our breath. And our breath is one bodily function that can be either voluntary or automatic. And so it is inherently connected. Your breath is inherently connected to all the other automatic processes within you, within your nervous system, and how all your organs function. Your breath is inherently tied to these other automatic processes, which we do not have control over and are never voluntary. But by voluntarily slowing down our own breath, we are also then communicating to all the other automatic processes in the body that it's safe to slow down. And that now is a time to relax, to let go. And now is a time to turn your attention inward. And doing your best to maintain a curious perspective. As you release any and all guidance over your breath, if you haven't already, you can now simply observe how your own body is breathing you. Even if it's just for a moment, just seeing if you can watch your own breath without influencing the rhythm or depth of your breath at all. But you simply observe the breath, just like you would observe any other force of nature. Remembering how you are also a force of nature, capable of being witnessed. And so just using this time now to witness the force of nature that is you. As you take on that same energy that you might feel whenever you are witnessing any other force of nature. Maybe when you lay on the beach and watch the waves as they roll up along the shoreline. Or maybe when you stare out into a grand landscape. Or stare up at the clouds passing by in the sky. Just never trying to change anything about what it is you're witnessing, but simply witnessing, observing, and taking it all in. And some days when we lay on the beach, the waves that roll up are rather choppy. Maybe it's stormy out. But we're not trying to change anything about even the choppy waves or the storms that we see. And just like all other forces of nature, we will at times be in our own storms. We will have choppy waves, maybe shortened breaths, or just feelings of pain and discomfort, maybe deep feelings of sorrow, or just anything that you label as being negative or painful. This moment will always contain some amount of things that we label as being negative, or maybe just simply not positive and neutral. And it will also contain things that we label are positive and great and wonderful and make us feel alive. But the one thing that life continually teaches us through nature every single day and through all of the ups and downs in our own lives is that everything changes constantly. It is the only thing we can count on. And even when it feels like things are stagnant and like they aren't changing and things have always been this way and they always will be this way, you can just know that that is the nature of feelings. Feelings convince you that this is how you've always felt and how you always will feel. But we know that the one truth in this life is that everything changes, and that includes our feelings and our life circumstances. And so if you are in a place right now that is unpleasant or that you don't like, that you want to change, it's okay to allow yourself to be there and to acknowledge those things. Sometimes it can be so scary to acknowledge that we even want something to change, because then we have to start making steps toward creating that change. But this is not a race, and there's no timeline that you need to be following. And you can trust that everything happens exactly as it should and when it should. And we only truly hear what we need to hear when we need to hear it, and when we are ready to receive those messages. And these messages can come in the form of a book, of music, of a teacher, or of a seemingly random thought that pops into your head, of sparks of inspiration that you get. These are all things that mean you are innately connected to the source of all life, all creativity, all creation. You were created. And so something created you, whatever you believe that to be. Whether that just be simply energy or a God or anything you believe. And we can receive great comfort in that knowing that energy cannot be created or destroyed, and that you are energy. The core essence of who you are is energy. And your own life, every single thing that you have moved through, every difficult phase that you've gone through and made it to the other side of, all of your history is proof of all of your strength. And each of us are living entirely separate lives, while at the same time, somewhat of a collective life. And collectively, there is a lot of pain, a lot of sorrow, a lot of confusion, generally in the world. And so just be so kind to yourself if you are feeling confused, scared, in pain, or just bad. It is okay to be human, and it is okay to feel bad when bad things happen. And it would be strange if we didn't. And so allow yourself any emotional releases that come to come. Let them be gifts. We can't truly make ourselves cry or laugh. They are waves that come through us. They can almost be like blessings as well. Or tears are prayers is something I've heard once, and it always feels good when I'm crying. But you can look at the wave of emotions that comes up from within you whenever you're in a safe space to release them. You can look at them as a gift, as your body naturally trying to lighten your load, trying to let go of some heavy feelings. And you know that you've never drowned in your tears before, and you've never been crushed by the weight of the heavy things that happen. But you're strong enough to move through all of the feelings, to be sad, to be angry, to come back around and find laughter and joy. And remembering just how similar crying is to laughing. And just how they both physically shake the body. They both move through us, and they both can easily roll into each other. You can cry until you're laughing and laugh until you cry. And all of these human emotions are meant to be here. You are not being punished if you are feeling bad right now. It doesn't mean that you've done anything wrong to deserve feeling bad. It simply means that you are human. You are alive. You're a part of nature. And you do not need to get angry or upset at yourself when you are not feeling your best. It's just as silly as getting angry at flowers when they shed their petals, or trees when they shed their leaves, or the moon when it's in the new moon phase and not reflecting any light. Every single thing in nature, which includes you, will move through phases. And we are not meant to escape them. We are not meant to feel positivity and love and light and bliss all of the time. And if we did, we would not even appreciate it. Since the happiness that we feel is directly related to and affected by the sadness that you have felt. Your highs are impacted by your lows. And so you can learn to have some form of gratitude for these low points in your life, since without them, we would not have any true appreciation for all of the wonderful things in this life. And so whenever you are feeling on the more negative, darker side of things and emotions, you can remind yourself of these truths and comfort yourself however you need to comfort yourself to just make it to the next day or make it to the next moment if that's how bad things are. And you can also use all of these same truths as a great permission for you to really allow yourself to feel good if you feel good. And soak in all the goodness that you feel whenever you are feeling it. Allowing yourself to shine that light. Be that shining light for the others in the darkness right now. Trusting that As life ebbs and flows, there will come a time when you are in darkness and someone else will shine that light for you, just as a reminder that this is temporary and you will be bright and shining and feel loved and connected once again. Nothing lasts forever. So you can appreciate this exact moment for everything it is, because it will never be like this ever again. And you will never be this exact version of you ever again. So just take the next minute or so to allow yourself to sit truly with yourself in silence as you continually soften the muscles in the body, soften the mind, and just allow any personalized messages that are trying to reach you to come through in the form of thoughts and ideas or random urges. And let anything at all that felt helpful settle, and just not worrying about the rest. So you may continue to feel all that is here for you to feel, and continually soften your body into all it is you are feeling as you listen to the following words that were written by young Pueblo in his most recent Substack post called "The Power of Moving Slowly." And you can allow anything that feels like it resonates with you to soak in, and again, not worrying about the rest. The power of moving slowly. We live in an age where everything is just moving too fast. Productivity feels far more culturally accepted than rest. Superficial connections are more bountiful than deep interactions. Likes and views are replacing real-life community. The internet, cell phones, and social media are connecting us with each other, yet everyone still feels far apart. It's not surprising that the pressure society puts on us to produce and stay connected yields a feeling of mass exhaustion. Constantly being on email, being fed endless information on our feeds, incessant notifications, there is such a big battle for our attention that makes it hard to feel anything other than urgency. It is easy for your nervous system to get overwhelmed because human beings are designed to move through a natural world instead of a digital world. The combination of being so far removed from nature and being constantly online can make your mind and body both feel sick. But one of the best solutions for this burnout is the simple act of moving slowly. Intentionally moving slowly is a tiny rebellion that can help you regain your power, purpose, and your sense of direction. Whether internally or externally, pausing so that you can move slowly is how the power of choice reemerges in your life. Internally, if you are always moving fast, it becomes exceedingly easy to do and say things that you regret or that are out of alignment. If you are always moving fast, the survivalist tendencies of the past will have an easier time taking over your present. Impulsiveness is how past pain recreates itself in the present, and how old patterns that don't serve you maintain their power over your actions. Moving slowly is a powerful tool for healing yourself from the past because it helps you see which patterns you need to say no to so you can move forward toward new behaviors. Moving slowly is how you can see more than your fear and old pain. Externally, pausing and moving slowly is not only the way to create a shift in the internal world of your mind and heart, but also the way for you to reconnect with your power so you can design your life in a way that feels more meaningful and rejuvenating to you. Instead of moving at the relentless pace that society demands, making time to take a deep breath, go outside, to look up at the sky, to walk for the sake of joy, are choices that can help you recenter yourself. Instead of letting your phone decide who or what is important to you, taking the time to reflect about what you value the most will help you use your phone as a tool instead of the phone using you. Moving slowly is how you can decide for yourself what is worth your energy. And there's one more little section I'm going to read that was written by Yana Romir, but this was also in her newsletter that was emailed out last night, since it is a Capricorn full moon. Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, so there is discipline, strategy, structure, boundaries, timing, and integrity. This is the kind of self-reflection and taking action that grows you, matures you, refines you, but also pays you. Often, Saturn will ask you to dig deep and pull from the deepest well inside. Maybe it's the well of willpower. Maybe it's the well of wisdom, determination, or steadfastness. Or maybe even that well of whatever it takes to overcome your habituated ways of being to create new patterns or habits. Whatever it is, it's the fuel you need to grow into your mastery and dignity. This is the work legacy is made of. It's what you become known for, and it's what your reputation is built upon. Take time to contemplate this. It is important for your growth and your success. You can just take these next few moments now to just allow every single word that you have heard today and every single feeling that you felt today to settle within you. Just imagining that every word and feeling as a little speck of glitter just swirling around in this big snow globe of your own body. And now is the time where we set you down, let all the glitter settle to the bottom as all the air clears. As you trust that anything at all that you heard today that resonated with you or struck a chord with you on some level, just trusting that that feeling can sometimes come when we hear on the outside what a part of ourselves already knows to be true on the inside. And so just allowing those deep truths to be enhanced within you so that you feel a little bit more confidence to act on your own intuition and to trust your own instincts. Knowing that there is nobody else out there who is capable of knowing you better than you are capable of knowing yourself. And any and all amount of time that you spend getting to know yourself will be of benefit to you. And you never need to give that power away to anybody else. If anyone's ever tried to convince you that you need them in order to be a certain way or be successful or to be who you want to be or to connect to things you want to connect to, just know that that is a power that has come included in your life, in your body, in your mind and heart. And you never need to give that power away, and you can always reclaim it at any time. And if it feels like something you'd like to do today, you can now let your hands just find each other in a prayer position toward heart center. As you feel this contact of your palms and fingertips to one another, and you let your heart lift toward your thumbs as your thumbs press back toward your heart. As you just tune in to this rhythm of your own heartbeat and listen closely to the steady background beat of your entire existence. And if it feels like something you'd like to do today, you can call in a final deep and full breath of air into your body as you allow yourself to fill up to every corner and edge of you the most you have today. And as you exhale, letting go of anything at all you are ready to let go of as you allow your head to gently bow. As you take this moment to bow to the source of energy that allows all of our hearts to beat, whatever you believe that to be. And bowing to everyone else in this space who has listened and completed this practice right alongside you. And finally, bowing to yourself for choosing to show up today and taking the time out of your busy life for this pure act of self-love and self-care. And may this act continue to heal you through the rest of your days and nights. And may you bring the same love and understanding to everything you do and to everyone that you see. Thank you, thank you, thank you.